can we talk about whether or not you still believe that Ohtani was involved?
Yes. Bring him on. There's no way. There's still this giant black hole of where did all my money go?
Okay, so
he's not
so
logging in. He's never looking at his account. He's never getting notifications. Stop telling me that one man ruled his entire life.
What I'm hearing you say is that. And look, I'm going into this with an open mind because it's well documented on this podcast. Shout out our bonus episodes, 3-0 Change-Ups, where we talk non-baseball things in the offseason.
Which we will get back to.
We will get back to. We did a whole episode. Was it on conspiracies, like in general, or did we go? Or no, we did like
I think
individual.
We did yeah.
We did like individual conspiracies. So look, included in those conspiracies, certainly federal corruption in regards to the United States government. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there's no corruption in this situation. However, it's really hard for me to come to terms with the fact that there would be corruption with a Major League Baseball player as opposed to needing to eliminate a president who, oh, by the way, is the leader of the free world in John F. Kennedy. They're like two completely different things. And you could really draw the line down the middle there and say Shohei's on one side and pretty much any other geopolitical conspiracy is on the other side. I'm fully on board, and hopefully I don't get sniped through my window by some government official for saying this, but I'm fully on board with the fact that FBI, CIA, whatever, any of the 3-letter agencies that you want to throw out there, I'm fully on board with the fact and the belief and proposition that they're corrupt and they get their hands into things and there's dirty money exchange. I get all that, but I just have a really hard time believing, again, I'll say it again, a guy that has a YouTube montage of him picking up trash around Major League Baseball stadiums was involved firsthand.
Why is that your only criteria?
Scandal.
I don't care if you picked up trash.
It's just,
I'm not saying I can't sit here and say that bettors aren't bad people. I'm not going to say bettors are bad people. I'm looking for something specific here. Here we go. So it was the actual verbiage from whatever these hearings were from. It was evidence. I don't know. 19,000 bets, right? That's 25 bets a day on average. Here's where my little, thinking cap goes. Roughly ranging from $10 to $160,000 per bet.
And you said it was what, 19,000 wagers?
19,000 wagers between December 21st and January 2024. Ranging from $10 to $160,000. Totally 16
million, by the way. This was what was
during this period
stolen.
Total winnings of 142 million, total loss of 182 million, netting $40 million in loss.
I thought it was 16.
Oh, it was winnings versus losses, but. That's kind of how, you probably just roll over with bookies.
Was it 16 that were, maybe, no, that was the initial, that was the initial number, fault.
I think.
Yeah. And then it came out.
Here's my issue.
I think I even posted that 40 million.
Why place a $10 bet? How are you doing 25 bets in the day?
Yeah.
I want to know how many duplicate bets there were.
40.7 million, by the way.
I'd like to know the duplicates.
Explain to me that. Explain to me and the people who aren't degenerates. Not saying you're a degenerate, but explain to us. No. Explain to us non-hardcore bettors or really bettors at all.
Who places a $10 bet? If you're betting that hard, if you're going in that much, why do $10? That's what I bet.
But when you say duplicate, what do you mean?
25 bets in a day is insane. 25 bets per day is crazy.
Sure.
I'm trying to figure out how many bets were, let's just say you take the Dodgers money line at $10 and then you take the Dodgers money line again later in the day, but you put $100,000 on it. Maybe Ippei was the $10. Maybe Ohtani was the $100,000. Why as low as $10? Who has less money here? It's Ippei.
Sure.
Right? I don't know, man. It's there's too many. This is Swiss cheese of stuff. There's too many holes in this. Why do a $10 bet if you're having that much money? If you're using basically what seems like an endless amount of money in this account, why go down to as low as $10? And what are you betting on to get 25 bets a day? There's not enough out there. A parlay counts as one bet. So are you taking money lines across the league, whatever league you're betting on? I don't understand it. I don't know. And how is it that the bookie's text was like, I know this is a cover up. I've seen the news. I know what's going on. Yeah,
that was weird. That was wild.
It's like, no. It's all me.
The report said on March 20th, 2024, after news broke that at least $4.5 million had been transmitted from Ohtani's account to Boyer's operation, who Boyer, we've mentioned him in previous episodes, was the bookie, I believe. Mizuhara texted him asking whether he had seen the media reports. The bookmaker replied, yes, but that's all BS. Obviously, you didn't steal from him. I understand that it's a cover job. I totally get it. Mizuhara replied, technically, I did steal from him. It's all over for me.
I just don't believe that Ohtani had no knowledge. I refuse to believe that. I will never believe that.
But this goes
whether
back
he partook in the bets or not, I don't know. And I don't really care. I'm over it. Like, do you, Ohtani? But like, I refuse to say that he was completely in the dark for this long, for this much money. There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say that he was just complete. Like I would agree. I have a hard time believing that Ippei breaking the news in the Dodgers locker room in Korea was the first time Shohei had heard about this. I also have a hard time believing this, but I go back to my point. Even with the results of this investigation, I think I still fall back on the belief that I think Shohei, and I think you kind of agreed with me in certain regards to this, but I think that Shohei was simply just a good guy caught in a situation where he thought he was helping out a buddy before it got blown way out of control, and then realized after the fact, oh shoot, or maybe not even after the fact, maybe in the process, whether it was him coming to the realization or somebody bringing it to his attention, oh shoot, definitely can't do this. How do we go about this now?
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I don't think he was completely in the dark.
I think it's Michael Kay said on his radio show that he thought it was kind of ridiculous that any other player during the investigation, before the Ohtani's been completely released of any wrongdoing or whatever, that he was allowed to play. No one would be allowed to play. It would be administrative leave for any other player. So, like, knowing that the MLB is going so soft on the situation, knowing that it's been completely swept under the rug in a PR standpoint, it just makes you like, there's so many holes to this, dude. It's just,
yeah, but that's that, like, you hear all the time, like, oh, life's unfair. That this is one of those scenarios where regardless which side of the aisle you're on with this whole Shohei scandal, it was too predictable. It was too predictable.
Oh, we knew. Yeah.
If I recall, Wander Franco, once the investigation was announced, was placed on administrative leave, correct?
Within like 24 hours, dude.
Like nothing had been determined yet. Like the rumors had obviously circulated, and then I'm guessing it was brought to the attention of the league and the
he's still not even technically guilty yet.
Right. So there's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Administrative leave. Boom. Shohei Ohtani. Turns out it was $40 million stolen. Hey, get out there and go win a game for the boys in blue. Yeah. Like it's that's the part I'm kind of on. It's not Shohei that I'm kind of on. It's the league. It's like,
yeah,
you could not be more transparent about your priorities right now, and the value that you or the regard rather that you hold Shohei with. It's so blatantly obvious.
I'm with you.
And that's where I think the cover up kind of gets a little muddy. I don't know how much, if at all, these federal agencies are involved in any sort of cover up. Frankly, I don't think they care. But I think the league is doing everything that they can within their power to make sure that the blowback, the damage to Shohei's image is as minimal as possible.
How's Wander Franco's investigation gone on for like 8 months, but Ohtani was cleared in a week?
Was it even a week?
I think said in the evidence that they confiscated both phones. They read thousands of messages. They went through every ticket that the bookmaker has, and boom, Ohtani's clear. Get out of here, dude. It doesn't add up, and we're never going to get the full story, and it's frustrating. Not that I'm like sitting here rooting for Ohtani to go down. Like that's not what I'm saying.
That's the thing.
I just want truth. I want transparency, and it's annoying.
There are far too many people out there like actively rooting for this to be on Shohei, like solely on Shohei, which I think is weird.
It is, and frankly, weird. If you're a baseball fan, that's weird.
Yeah, and frankly, I feel that way just about any player that gets caught up in some sort of scandal until they're proven guilty, where it's like, man, I want this guy to go down for this. It's like, okay, we don't even know the results of the investigation. So what are you rooting? What are you then rooting for? Is it just because you don't like the guy? Is it because you don't like the team? So the number of Padres fans out there, to be quite honest,
miserable bunch.
I haven't heard many Giants fans. I mean, I'm sure there are Giants fans out there pulling for Shohei's downfall, but Padres fans are the most blatant about this, where they just want Shohei kicked out of the league and sent to Guantanamo Bay. It makes no sense.
Jealousy is a dangerous.
Oh my goodness. Clean it up, man.
Dangerous Clean thing it to up. Have. Yeah.
Speaking of which.
Yeah. I'm over like.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm over the story. I'm over the no offense against Passan, but like the tweet updates and like the just clickbaity stuff that just completely clears and makes this so forcefully clear cut, where everyone with a brain knows that it's not clear cut, and you're sitting here telling us that it is. No one buys it, and I'm over that side of it. I'm not rooting for Ohtani to go down, because I'm not an idiot. I love baseball more than any other individual or team. And I understand that a monumental generational figure being eliminated for a scandal like this would burn our sport down. So I don't want that by any means. I just want some clarity. Maybe after he retires.
You know how that stuff goes. Yeah. They'll come out with an ESPN documentary that's so like biased in its nature. The point of views that come out of that will be so like heavy leaning on one side versus the other. Those things, you never get the full story.
I know. I've been watching Homeland too much, man. It makes you just wonder what's going on. There's a lot going on behind the curtain we don't know.
There's a lot going on out there in the world.